All right. Let's talk about the new cards. I believe this was the first set of cards that was spoiled. Like I looked back, and I think this is the first, or this is just the teaser. Right. I feel teased. All right. So this is a new mechanic, new keyword, augment. When you play a created card, grant me +1/+0. And when it attacks, grant me all keywords on allies. A couple things come to mind here. Since this is P and Z, you get Poro Cannon. So you both get to create 2 cards that augment Mechanized Mimic and also give it elusive, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, augment seems really good though. Like this gets to essentially be a 5/4 elusive with Poro Cannon for 5, which is cool. And like obviously Victor and his lot will create cards too. I'm just thinking of like existing things. Another thing that immediately comes to mind is Puff Caps, but that's because I'm a Teemo fanboy, so who's surprised? No one? Cool. Oh, I didn't actually watch this video. Go hard, yeah? Oh, wow. That's one I didn't think about. Go hard. Is there no sound? There is no sound. All right. So calculated creations, burst for 2. Create this really tilts me. Create a armed gearhead, Nine Droid or ballistic bolt in hand. It'll show us what these are. Ballistic bot. Sorry, not bolt. I'm dumb. It's a 2-cost 1/3 with augment. Round start. Create an ignition. A ignition in hand. Yep. Seems pretty good, especially since you don't have to play it in your deck. Armed Gearhead has augment and quick strike. It's a 1/1 for 1. Oh wow, that's really good, huh? Man, I'd almost just play this. Let me play Armed Gearhead. And then Neandroid. It has augment and elusive. It's a 3-cost 1/3. This also seems really good. Flying's busted. Then ignition, deal 1 to the enemy nexus for 1. Now this card. Hex Core Foundry. Round start, all players draw 1. Puff Caps! Puff Caps, baby, Puff Caps. I don't know. Like, the more I think about this in a Puff Cap shell, the more I'm just like, oh, it's so good. Like, the issue you usually run into with Puff Cap decks is you run out of cards, so this draws you an extra card each turn, or your opponent isn't drawing the Puff Caps, which this does. So... So yeah, that's oh yes, Howling Mine, let's go. I love me an Howling Mine. Aftershock, deal 3 to anything or destroy a landmark for 4. That's slow. Not the best rate, but the fact that it destroys a landmark and is in P and Z and does that is pretty decent. If like landmarks become an issue. And yeah, that's that video. Scrolling.
The time of machines is now. A new era of technology begins.
I hadn't heard his voice yet. So on Victor's front side, he is a 4-cost 2/4 with Augment. Round start, create a Hex Core upgrade in hand, and level up. You've played 8+ created cards. Notably, he doesn't have to see them. So.
Behold,
Yeah, we saw the card that we've seen this, so that's cool. All right, and then one of his cards, Death Ray Mark II. I'll just cover the Death Rays so that I can better talk about it, essentially. All right, Hex Core upgrade is what he generates every round. Grant Victor a random keyword. It is slow and fleeting, cost 1. So, like, honestly, if you get Elusive, Quick Strike, Fury, Spell Shield, like, there are just so many good options. So, notably, Augment doesn't buff defense, but if you're able to make it so the defense isn't such a big deal, then Augment's gonna be amazing, and this helps get around that, so.
Humanity needs a leader of superior intellect.
And one with an iron fist.
We must improve. We must evolve. As humanity ends, the machines rise.
That is sweet. Created card, so I was being enthralled by the voice, and I didn't pause on the lovely image. No, where'd it go? That's cool. Everything is cool. Iterative improvement burst. Pick a follower, create a copy of it in hand with +1/+1. This triggers augment and is cool.
Genius! Another brilliant design. A vision of progress brought to life.
Let's look at the image so I can actually freaking talk about it here. So again, we went over Victor's front side. When he levels up, he becomes a 3/5 with augment. Your created cards cost 1 less. So the Hex Core upgrades that he still makes every round are free, which is amazing. So is the only way to get Death Ray Mark III through Victor's Death Rays Mark 1 and 2? Or is this also just a card? Aside from shenanigans in decks like Discard Aggro, this is kind of a better get excited. 3 cost, 3 damage. It says to a unit. Never mind. It is. I didn't say strictly better. I said kind of better, and it's not because it only hits units. Good evening, Catal. But yeah, Victor's Death Ray Mark 1, deal 1 to a unit. Create a Mark 2 in hand and shuffle Victor into your deck. Mark 2 costs 2, deal 2 to a unit, and create a Mark 3 in the top 3 cards of your deck. And that deals 3 to a unit. And then we already went over that card. I think that's it. I think that's it. So we've gone over all of the new cards. I'm really excited to play with Victor. It just speaks to me in many ways. I want to build an aggro version. I want to build a puff cap version. Just want to create all the cards. Obviously, we're going to start with puff caps. So, yeah. All right. Now we can play game. Oh, what? No, I hit